Good afternoon, 47. Your destination is the annual Global Innovation Motor Race in Miami, Florida. After analyzing the data from Reynard's computer, the case is clear. The Providence defectors are Robert and Sierra Knox, head of robotics developer Kronstadt Industries. A visionary inventor and technological innovator, Robert Knox has spearheaded Kronstadt Industries to the bleeding edge of technological development. His equally brilliant daughter, Sierra, is not only a financial wizard, but also a fiercely competitive race car driver, with a fiery temper to match. Kronstadt enjoys enormous popularity with global consumers. However, few are aware that the company is also one of the world's leading suppliers of next-gen military tech. Last year, despotic ruler Jin Ho employed prototype Kronstadt drones against peaceful civilian protesters in the now infamous Tunyon Valley incident. And although it has yet to be proven, there is little doubt that the Knoxes personally brokered the deal, making them complicit in a war crime. It is unclear why the Knoxes would betray their masters, but likely the fear of being next on the Shadow Clients hit list has pressured them to cut a deal with the enemy. Undoubtedly, with Kronstadt Industries on their side, the militia will increase their attacks tenfold, and so our contract obligates us to retire Robert and Sierra Knox and contain the damage they may inflict on Providence. I will leave you to prepare. Welcome to Miami, 47. The innovation race is on its last day, and it is down to the wire. Thousands of eager fans are gathered for the final laps of this unexpectedly close race. Sierra Knox is expertly piloting her red Kronstadt car. Her father, Robert Knox, roams the nearby expo building where Kronstadt is showcasing its new prototype car. The Kronstadt RK Mark III has seen fierce competition from the Chinese Kowloon Heavy Industries' new racer. Moses Lee, CEO of Kowloon, has taken a dominant lead and looks invincible. Sierra Knox will need to risk it all if she wants to win for the third year in a row. The stakes are as high as they can get.
Yes, Hitman 2 actually begins in Miami in a big race with very grand style. And of course there's a lot of people in here because this is a big public spectacle. But unfortunately 47 can't go through the main gate because, well, he's carrying a gun. And it would be loaded and frisking, so no reason to risk with that. And there's two targets, father and daughter. And yeah, father is a mega rich, daughter ill-tempered and eager to prove herself just as good. But I really find it strange that why would somebody and this, when you look about the structure of this mission is actually quite complex, because there's all these very little storylines going about all kinds of different things happening, like the fact that Sierra's car is super high tech, her suit is super high tech, and all that kind of nonsensery, and of course the fact that
this must be connected to Kronstadt.
So that guy is a representative of military industrial complex, which is bad, and Kronstadt of course is also that. But well, any case, 47 and Diana ICA 47 employed by secret mysterious shadowy government, being hunted by rogue element, which has now been, which in a cutscene which I didn't show, is revealed to be Lucas Gray.
Guy's a genius, and you know what they're like. Desperately lacking in respect for other people. Last time I tried to have a meeting with him, he had me sitting at a room for 4 hours before canceling. I'll head up when I feel like it. All right, I'll call you after the presentation. Speak then.
And that's actually one of the missions with the basic modus operandi of 47 of taking somebody's place in variety of complex ways. So let's just pick up the coconut. And there's a security guy, one specific guy, all that kind of things going on. Nice view in this place, and he's smokes a cigar. Nice there's lots of that kind of little nice details in this game that they've started to put. Well, now the guard man is gone. It made some noise there, and of course he's gonna go and investigate.
Anyone there? Who's throwing stuff around?
And being a forbidden zone didn't bother him. So I guess somebody else should take your place and be much more punctual about that thing. And let's put him to the big chipping machine, but let's not turn it on, because that job belongs to unlucky person about to, well, turn it on. But now I can waltz inside. And I must say that being late is very rude. I think it's some sort of power play, as in you put other people wait for you to show that you are the boss. And I think that, well, of course it may be unintentional, but I think that when the real big shots who should have money to hire secretaries and all that kind of things to remind them that, you know, you have this appointment with somebody else in 5 minutes and. So, but let's just.
Good to see you, sir. The demonstration is scheduled to take place on the upper floors. Please feel free to use the stairs right over there.
Well, thank you. And there's also my ID card, so I'm gonna take it. There's all kinds of fancy ways to do this, do these things like that. And of course, 47 looks very fancy in this American-style military uniform. But I wonder, and. Yeah, high-tech company. But when it's a matter of those real big overachieving rich people like Sierra Knox, why would it would now think about Robert, that why would somebody get children if your only idea about parenting is neglecting them? Yeah, I just want to spread my genes around, but I don't care a shit about my genetic inheritance. Well, humans have shown that parenting, being a good example of good parent, is much more important and better and necessary than having your genome spread around. And there's all kinds of robot systems going on, but there's a little bit of a trickery, because I know that those machines have recognized faces or recognized things from pictures. So 47's evil mind about damages is better lies. Let's just take a photo.
Collecting pictures of celebrity entrepreneurs now, 47.
Thank you, Diana.
What are you thinking?
Well, 47 thinks only about how to achieve his mission, which is to say, death of one specific person.
Ah, Ted, good to finally see you. Hello there.
It's Mr. Mendez.
Never mind. Let me show you everything.
He's got scars on his
Say
face.
something provocative now, Ted. War is going out of fashion. It's dirty. It's just plain bad PR. Nobody wants to exchange their children and loved ones for flags and medals anymore. The glory is gone, Ted. But luckily, Kronstadt has a solution for that. Imagine this. Android infiltrators operating in the field, disguised and fully embedded, ready to strike at a moment's notice.
Yeah. Robot soldiers, and not indestructible.
The deepest sanctuary of any
But they would be quite useful,
striking an unseen fatal blow. A surgical
because they would need things like rest or food or water.
An army of them, fully equipped android medics seeking out wounded servicemen and injured civilians.
Maybe with
Bringing them
a
to safety or patching them up then And in there, android pilots delivering payloads.
Yeah, that's been delivered. They're called drones.
Uncanny precision and minimal collateral damage.
Yeah, you are developing fine technology, and you're wearing a suit but no tie. So what's the point of wearing a suit if you're not wearing a tie? If you're wearing some sort of sweater beneath it, it's quite styleless, I'd say. Yeah, but it knows how to shoot the target.
Feeding it biometric data. This is still a prototype. This is a pivotal moment in modern conflict solution, Ted. Palace is entirely foolproof. All you need is to pick a photo from the table and scan it just like I showed you. It's perfectly safe.
Alright, so it's safe. Alright, and I will. Let's see, I have my own card and your card. Oops.
Robert Knox down. Now for the heir to the Kronstadt Empire.
Yep, he forgot to build a failsafe to prevent the robot from shooting him to death. Yep, oops, it was accident. So, and of course 47 is now gonna, in all quietness and calmness, walk away from the building. And while he's at it, also go be polite and let's go just go and change back to their regular clothing, because hey, that's Agent 47 as well. He likes his neat suits, and he just borrowed these clothes because hey, even if you would steal the clothes, you could still make it much more mysterious for the. I do hope that somebody is about to look inside that big chipping machine before they turn it on, because if they would be a big mess. Or hope that Mr. Mendes wakes up before somebody turns it on. But now I have my own regular set of clothing. Yeah, and I could turn it on just to mulch him around the landscape, but I don't. Neatly press set suit. And one target's already dead. And in this mission, if I remember right, it is very handy. Well, there's one way to that. Well, lockpicks are handy in this one. So it's time to keep going and head to the parking garage, because there's a few things about there to be do, especially the one thing about, well, cameras. So, and the stage, it feels much more open than the stages of Hitman, first Hitman. And yeah, you can't always avoid the cameras, because hey, they are cameras, they're meant to be in specific locations. But, let's cause some annoyance to the guard indoors. And grab a brick while I'm at it. And generally the positioning of all the characters personally you might want to like this. Yeah, I took your key card. Now I'm gonna drag you inside. And there's also a crowbar, tool handy for breaking and entering. Or smacking out guards who might notice that hey, you are here. And they have dumped Robert Knox's body right here. I don't want to steal his clothes, because 47 ain't into that kind of things. And those two guards don't turn their back, so they don't see that there's a bald guy, intruder, dragging away one knocked out guard with a big brick residue in his head from being bashed to the skull. Put him inside. But let's just leave the gun and break down these. Camera recorder. Alright. And now it's time to start approaching Sierra Knox. And she doesn't yet know. And of course, one method of taking her out would be just have a sniper rifle and go to a nice location above the track and shoot her with it. But hitting target, moving car, especially that kind of fast car, is quite difficult, especially when the bullets have delay.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Go check if my keys are over there. The guy's crazy and I don't dare
The
go.
race is entering its final lap, 47.
Yeah, oh, looks like somebody else has decided to copy 47's method.
Did you see him? The guy that jumped me and grabbed my outfit?
So, yeah. The mascot is not a mascot. It's somebody who mimes 47, but he looks very nervous and jumpy.
Did you find some keys over there?
Yes, I did. But you look somebody who is very nervous about this whole situation, so I think I'm gonna help you out a little bit in this matter by making sure that you are not gonna get yourself killed by whatever bad luck accident there might be happening to you. So you might thank 47 later. And there's a reason why
The race is over.
Agent 47 might want to wear that silly disguise. Because that guy had a plan to blackmail Sierra Knox with some blackmail material. So it's time to 47 to take the blackmail material and go and deliver it to the specific location where they was intended to do an exchange of goods for money. But of course, that guy was just so nervous that the other person might just decide that, hey, let's just kill him right here, and then it'll be much neater that way. No need to pay for dead people. Don't need to be paid anything, especially when it's a very nervous dude. But well, mascot can walk away, and despite the mascot suit looking very silly, 47 still has his very sour disposition. But here should be the exchange happen.
Nice outfit. Really brings out your eyes. Miss Knox informed me you'd be here. She asked to make sure you brought the documents. So, did you bring the documents?
I have the papers right here.
Excellent. Come on in. Have a seat or something. I'll let Miss Knox know you're here.
Yeah, and the fact that Sierra Knox also lost her race means she's in a very bad mood. So let's just sit down here and have a rest.
You here for a job application or what?
Something like that.
Nice. If you don't mind me saying so, your particular choice of attire is maybe a little, I don't know, off? For a job interview, I mean.
My suit is at the cleaners.
And you couldn't find anything else to wear.
Correct.
You must lead a very interesting life, my friend.
You have no idea.
Hey, Miss Knox is on her way. You have to eat somewhere. She'll be here as soon as she can.
Yep, that little exchange they built with 47 with the Flamingo outfit is just so hilarious because it's just so he delivers. It's just so dry, and matter of fact how 47 speaks. But it's just also so vague that you could really not actually remember it, which is actually the very idea of 47. And it takes even this kind of funnier appearance. And there she is.
So, Mr. I never did catch your name.
Names are for friends.
Very well. Straight to the point in all business. Walk with me.
Where are we going?
Don't worry. What am I gonna do? Kill you in broad daylight. I just want a bit of privacy here. Not about to do sensitive business like this in front of an audience.
Good idea.
Well, yeah, and she still she feels quite butch woman because you know raising short hair.
You claimed in your
Quite-
email to have somehow found internal reports that show Kronstadt's involvement in the Tungan Valley massacre.
Sounds about right.
Let's be clear. You and I are having this meeting because my father doesn't need to know about this. It's just another undesired distraction. I don't care if the information is true or false. I don't care if it mentions moving money from the Nexus project into Tungan Valley damage control, as you claimed in your correspondence. I do care about protecting my father, which is why you and I are now here.
I see.
Leave me alone for a few minutes, guys.
Sure thing, Miss Knox. If you need us, just call. We're right around the corner.
So here's the deal. You hand over the documents and leave, and that's the end of it. And you will do that now.
Well, that's quite harsh deal, but still quite valid.
So here are the two possible outcomes of this meeting. One, you will leave this place and this country for good, and that will be the end of it. Everyone lives happily ever after. Two, you don't choose option one. Someone...
Well, and drop her to a pit. That's it.
Both targets
About
down.
5 meters down,
For an exit, and we'll speak again soon.
and that's it. Actually, that fall, well, didn't appear that lethal, but well, it's game. Yep, she was quite nasty, but 47 was much more prepared. And there's also quite hilarious little extra scene about with relating to this suit, so which means that the developers were really cunning about it, and I think I'm gonna show it right here with magic of editing. It is quite silly that they added that kind of extra exiting alternative if you were from the Kronstadt main building, if you wear this ridiculous bird outfit. But it's funny. And it makes no sense, so which is quite good.
Mission race. The race is now officially over, and it's time to hand out the trophy.
So, and once again, Agent 47 follows his basic method of leaving place with calm and relaxed manner.
I've called for assistance, but for now...
Oh, so yeah, 47 not only has killed a couple of people nobody really wanted, or a neglectful father completely, and a over the compensating daughter while he's at it. So yeah, and indirectly he also saved life of one unlucky lucky criminal, we should say blackmailer. And because 47 happens to be a bit friendly sometimes, let's just leave the mascot's clothing right there for him to find once he wakes up. Once he wakes up from the dumpster or somebody decides to go and check it. But the game never counts down those kind of things of the aftermath which might happen once the 47 has left the premises long time ago. So it's simply time to walk away, or let's say jog away with. Oh, that was a nice graffiti. Well, yeah. That's that there's just so much little this kind of little dramatic drama weave to this location that it makes the game world feel more alive, and the genre of this game is much more about the, you could say, spy thrillers with very grey moralities, in the sense that bad guys have you could say reasonable and sane or at least quite equivalent motivation to good guys, although from the opposite direction. And the good guys themselves do have doubts and suspicions and have to deal with traitors and all that kind of things. Well, 47 basically has been made unable to betray anybody, more or less. And despite his brutal profession, he does have a capacity for empathy and does not most likely specifically like it. That is why I think the correct way to play these, at least the missions, usually is with extreme professionalism of just killing your targets and achieving your goal with minimum amount of destruction. So, walking away. And that ends the episode as well. See you next time. See ya.